Matthew, it's Mom. I think this will be the last video of the barbecue. I toasted some of my bread, and I've got green beans I've already done, and I have never done this, but I have Googled it. So we're going to try to cook the corn on the cob in the shell, whatever you call it, husk. There you go. Let's see what happens. And it says 1 to 2 minutes for 2 of them, so I'm going to do it for 2 minutes, and supposedly it slides right off, so we'll see. Anyway, I wanted to tell you, when you clean up the crock pot, take your meat out like you saw me do, then you have to use your little oven mitts. I can't talk today. And take it and go ahead and dump it out into the sink. Make sure you have a strainer in the sink to catch all of the little debris. And then obviously take all the solids out and then just run cold water down your sink for 2 or 3 minutes. And you should be fine. There's a little bit of grease in there, but not much. And you've got the cola or, cheer wine or whatever you use will help break it down too. But I've never had a garbage disposal. I've never had a problem having things clog up as long as I just run cold water. The trick is cold water, not hot. You think hot would work, but it's not. Also, on the barbecue meal plan week, I was going to do nachos, but come to find out my cholesterol's a little high, so I'm not going to be any nachos. So I'm going to give you this. This was actually left over from the calzone week, and it's expensive. It was like $6. I was really surprised. So maybe you can find it less expensive and maybe not such a big size. This isn't even the party size. And so I got you some Velveeta, which I think you can melt to put down over your nachos. I'm going to give this to you next time I see you with your baked beans. So if I were you, I would just Google how to make nachos. My best guess would be to take that Velveeta cheese and put it in something like a glass, not plastic, glass measuring cup or glass bowl, and just melt it. And then I was going to saute some onions and peppers. But that might not sound good to you to put over it. And just the cheese, and then heat up a little bit of the barbecue and put that on top. I think it would be really good. But you Google it and you play with it and see what you come up with. Okay, moment of truth. Where are my tongies? Give me 1 second. Okay, I know these things are going to be hot, and I'm not holding out a lot of hope this works. I'm not so sure 2 minutes is going to work either. Because when I shuck it, yeah, it doesn't feel like it worked. Sometimes when you Google stuff, if you're going to shuck it, you'll see people do this at the store because it's sold by the pound. It's like, ow, shoot, that's a bad idea. Really, this husk doesn't weigh anything. I don't know why people do that. I always like to check it though, but I was hoping it would work, and we need to Google it and see if we can't. Oh, that did work a little better, actually. I just got to get that off, but I'm not convinced it's done. Let me get the other one shucked. Man, I love corn on the cob, and it is inexpensive in the summer. If you grow corn, you have to have it in rows because it has to pollinate. You can't just have like one stalk or something. All right, well, evidently it wants to be there for a minute. These are the silks. Actually, microwaving it does good, because I've always shucked it first, but then I have a hard time getting all the little silkies off. And I'm going to use this, and I don't think it's cooked enough, so I'll show you what I do. It said on the Google, the thing that I Googled, 1 to 2 minutes for 2 of them. Well, evidently that didn't work. So I'm going to wrap it in a paper towel. I think I'll do it for like 1 more minute, because you can always cook it more, but not less. So let's do it for 1 more minute and see what we get. And I've got my handy dandy wax paper. Can you see it? Look how easy my cleanup is. Well, almost easy. Not too bad. not like a messy work area. So I'm going to go ahead and build my sandwiches. And you bought whatever was on sale. It was a buy one, get one. So bought one and got one. Of course, you do this however you want to do it. However much or how little. If you have the pita pockets left over and didn't want to spend the money on buns, you could use that. I think would be really good too. It's just kind of a different feel. Hey Jeff, we can eat. Daddy's practicing his check on his Duolingo. All right, remember when you pick the lid up, you better have an oven mitt on. Trust me, that is something you will only have to learn once. And then, oh, look at the lovely barbecue. I'm so excited. Oh, it smells so good. I just can't believe how much meat we have left over, and I'm going to try and freeze it too. I'm sure it'll freeze really well. And of course, if you wanted to cook some onions and peppers to put on top of this, it'd be really good too. It escaped. Stay where you are. Plug that, and of course, before you put it in the refrigerator, make sure it's very cooled off. And we have I'm going to use the same tongs. Use tongs to get your corn on the cob out of the microwave because it is going to be hot. Yep, that looks good, I think. And then we have, your dad and I have our green beans, and that's how you make barbecue. Love you, bye.